I always had a sickness for hockey from a young age. I would play outside. I'd be out there doing play-by-play with myself for 2-3 hours every day, shooting pucks at all hours of the night till dinner, and go back out after dinner and wake up first thing in the morning and do it. My parents actually thought there was something wrong with me. I got the bug very early and always dreamed about playing in the NHL.
Hockey's a huge part of my life. I honestly don't know what I would be doing today if I didn't have hockey. I've spent every single day of my life dedicating myself to the sport, and hockey just means everything. It's been my life since day one, and it's always something I can fall back to. I can come to the rink and nothing else in the world will matter. It's just me and the rink and the game, and no other feeling than being on the ice.
It's a rush. I mean, there's an adrenaline rush at hockey games.
All of those senses, kind of rushing at you when you're out there, and it's all facilitated through memories.
When you think about prep school hockey, one of the first schools you're going to think about is Avon Old Farms. You're going to think about John Gardner and what he's produced. You're going to think about the NHL players that came out of the school.
Back in front, feeds it to Benito, scores! Nick Benito, the overtime winner! And now Hansen trying to sprint, it's a brick for Higgins, right in, scores! Chris Higgins!
Jeff Hamilton, poke checked again by Sabrin, but he scores as he fired it over that stick of the goaltender.
Comes Atkinson, puck on the left wing, and now Atkinson shorthanded, Tavares is back, Atkinson scores! What a beautiful...
It was a big time of confidence building. I didn't know anything about professional hockey and the NHL draft or any of that. So to see your name start to be mentioned as a possibility of being drafted in the NHL.
Look at Brian Leach. Starred at Avon.
This is while I was going through my junior year and into my senior year, and people say, oh, you might go in the third round or you might go in the second round. And by your senior year, they're talking about the first round. And so all that's a bit of an eye-opener, and colleges start sending you recruitment letters, and so that's all something that I never thought about when I went to Avon. For me, it was a time of confidence building because I was getting better as a player. It was all try and get better academically, play better athletically, and see what would happen.
Every time I throw on the jersey, it's just a surreal feeling knowing that those guys have played here.
And learning a lot from those older guys. Seeing that and seeing their passion for playing for Avon kind of ignited my passion as well, and really started setting personal goals for myself to become like one of those older guys. Be a leader on the team and to battle every night with an Avon sweater on. It was an incredible experience.
Just a culture of high expectations. It's New England championship or nothing, but I wouldn't want to have it any other way.
It's definitely facilitated here more so than I've found anywhere else playing hockey. You just get all these guys sitting in all these stalls every day for 3 months straight. You create a really tight-knit community, and that's what hockey is to me, is that all these guys sitting in here rather than the actual sport itself.
The value for the students who matriculate here goes far beyond our hockey program. John will certainly challenge them and bring out the best in them as a player, but they're going to grow in so many different ways.
Come on, guys, let's go. Good boy, Willie. Hey. Stevie, you're the first guy back. You got to get on your guy and stay with him till reinforcements arrive, right? Understand? All the way. Just don't let him go, because that kid, too, that you were on just went right to the front of the net.
The name Avon Old Farms will come up again and again and again as a standard by which others measure their programs. And there's one person who I feel is absolutely the key reason for that, and of course that's John Gardner.
In almost 45 years, John's worn a lot of different hats. Initially, he was coaching hockey and he was teaching math. He was teaching 5 classes a day. Even in the math class, he would put on a show. The same show he puts on the bench, he would put that same show on in math class.
You know, being a 14, 15-year-old kid away from home for 9 months, you know, he turned into a father figure, and I respected the hell out of him. I feared him, not because he was scary, because I didn't want to disappoint him.
I loved the way they treated you like equals, but yet you knew they were in charge. And when they said something, either to correct you or you knew you were, should listen, and I loved that. I loved looking at my coaches or mentors or someone where I didn't want to let them down because I knew what they were talking about and they wanted the best for me. And having that personality and having like a father figure or a teacher, but also someone that spoke to you one-on-one like an equal was a big deal.
To me, it was one of the most memorable things about Avon was my time spent and what I learned from John Gardner.
Coach Gardner is a person. He's honest, very honest. He gets to know each and every student as a person. He's older than everyone, but he still connects with every single kid, and I think that's very important, and everyone connects with him and he connects with us. That's one of his traits for coaching.
You talk to anybody that played for John and you will not find anybody to say a bad word about him, and that is the true test of a man, is how many kids he has helped and gone through the system.
My brother, he played hockey for Mr. Gardner all 4 years, and he said it was literally the best experience of his life.
He's a tremendous hockey coach, and he's actually done incredible things for prep school hockey. I think he is the icon of prep school hockey coaches.
If you told me I was going to be a coach for 40-something years in hockey, I would have said, come on, you know.
The culture and lifestyle up here is definitely one of a kind. I mean, you're living with your teammates, you're eating with your teammates, you're going to class with your teammates, you're just always with them, and like they don't lie, you really create a really strong brotherhood that you're going to remember forever.
Hockey has been a lot more than a sport for me. It's taught me a lot of good lessons about life. It's taught me what it means to lose and fail. It's taught me what it means to work hard.
When you're a team, it's, you know, you're in it all together, so they're all, you know, the amount of jokes that go on in the locker room, that go on the bus.
The most important part was the people. I don't necessarily look back and remember how many points I had on one season or whatever it is, or what happened in our championship game, but I do look back and I remember the people.
Hockey's kind of carried me my whole life, and I'm hoping to make a living out of it.
Hockey has had a very positive effect on a lot of kids. At Avon, it's the same thing. I think hockey's helped a lot of kids find their way. You know, you'd like to think as a coach that you've helped make somebody's life better.
I think what's great about John is it's not just about hockey. He teaches the kids the importance of education, being a good man. He talks about our core values, but he also lives our core values. And I think that's really critical for our hockey players, and I think that's why they go on and they're successful in life. Some of them have been tremendously successful as NHL players, but in general, the students that leave that have played for John are successful no matter what they do in life.
He's the reason that program turned the corner from an early stage of not having as much success. For a person to be that invested, to be that well versed in teaching, get student athletes to move on and be successful, and to be invested that whole time, and being able to coach the game.
He found a way for 18 guys to want to go through a brick wall for him and for the school, and that was his greatest asset. He was an incredible motivator, and anybody that put on that jersey would do absolutely anything for John Gardner and Avon Old Farms.
Avon is a lifelong thing that happens. It's not something you do and walk away. It becomes a part of your family. You have to be all in. You have to be committed.
And you know, we try to build their character and try to make them better people. And I hope when, you know, because of their interaction with me as a coach, that they've enjoyed it and you've taught them something. That's our job.